Hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, June 4th, 2022 at 12:59 a.m. Um, well, I'm trying to not talk too loud because I don't want to disturb the neighbors. Hold on. Um, so I'm turning off the light. I don't know how long I'll need to talk, but I tried to get me some sleep tonight and couldn't. Well, I may have gotten, my sleep was maybe a little bit spotty, but I need sleep and I'm feeling sleep deprived. So, wow. I'm I'm sitting here feeling kind of scared. So at the previous job with the temp service, um I somewhat had it easy and had it made. Well, not made, but I had it a little easier because most of my meals throughout the week I didn't have to pay for. And so I would eat for free at the school, lunch, at the school for free and work every day of the on the weekdays, excuse me. And at the beginning I was working a little overtime and working on Saturdays. But jobs they be trying to cut out overtime and stuff. So also on Tuesdays, the boys, the high school will go to the middle school and have like a football little meeting or something, maybe a game too. And on Tuesdays and sometimes Fridays, they will give us food, you know. So if on Tuesdays the coworkers they wouldn't want their food, so I'm like, well, that's extra free for me to stretch out for the rest of the week, and I don't have to pay. Say for example, if they have pizza on Tuesday with the high school football, and then meeting at the middle school, if they have pizza and cupcakes and salad or something, and the coworkers wouldn't want their food, so I would take it and eat it for dinner, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, stretch it out most of the time. So I would be covered for breakfast and dinner, and then Publix was just a walk right across the street was Publix from my from the motel, and then the motel was a block or two away from the school. And then there was also Panera Bread and what else? And a few other little spots to eat, So and then paying 300 a week. So now over here, I'm somewhat in the middle of nowhere. They do have it was an Asian grocery store nearby, but it's mainly food that you have to cook on a stove and stuff. And it's like an Asian market. So they hardly have really any breakfast food or anything like that. So I discovered and I realized that the that little Asian food stand, I haven't been seeing them open, so I don't know if they're closed down or if they're temporarily closed or if they're closed down, but I haven't seen them open. And so I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. Good thing there's those dirty buses that um pass right by there. Right by here. But the schedules are weird and inconvenient, and more like run every 2 hours, especially on a Saturday. And more like run maybe every hour or two or something. I don't know on the weekdays, but definitely every 2 hours on a Saturday. And it's weird, inconvenient, and unpredictable. And so it's I mean with this job right here, you know, it's now Saturday, so I'll say yesterday was Friday. Today is gonna be my 5th day working, and so they only have one food place at the airport, and it's like that's I don't want to be eating bagels every day. You know, I don't want to be eating bagels every day. So you know, and then other people say that it's pretty much and it is kind of more on that expensive side. And the 10% discount you get is just a few little cents discount. If you buy something that's $7, you might get about probably 50 cent discount or somewhere around there. So excuse me. So I mean, I'm sitting here trying to think of ways. Wow, what are ways I can try to be more if I can you know deal with try to find strategies. I don't want any fake tips from the perps trying to dictate my life. Shut up. So trying to figure out ways how I can be more frugal and try to save more money. I mean, I know I would have to get up earlier, at least 2 or 3 hours earlier, and be ready and out the door and be there 2 or 3 hours in advance and train myself to do a lot of walking. Train myself to do a lot of walking. And then we already work outside in the sun, and then we got rained on yesterday, and it was fat hard raindrops that I wasn't sure if it was rain or hail. But it rained for a few hours, and so I mean, I'm sitting here like scared because I feel like I'm thankful and glad that I finally have a job, and I like the work. you know I like the task and the work. I just hate coworkers blasting loud music, and I hate touching dirty things, with my OCD and everything. Like, say when I vacuum the vehicles, I hate when the hose touches my clothes or my skin or anything like that. And then I hate, when I gotta be in a rush and stuff. And of course, I hate workplace mobbing and bossy co-workers telling me what to do and stuff and a few other little things I can't say. But other than that, in one way, I find the job a little tedious, but in another way, I find it fascinating and exciting to well, you got to clean the cars, but it's more like you're doing a small little test drive on many different cars. And I finally got to experience driving certain vehicles um, that I always wanted to drive, you know. And I was like, I feel like, well, I kind of feel like when it ain't even like, oh man, some vehicles that I drove for the first time that I never got to, I mean, that I never rode in before, but certain vehicles I never heard of until recently, like the Kia K5, and it's a car, and Toyota Corolla Cross. Toyota Corolla Cross is an SUV, and they have the regular Corolla cars. And sometimes you might see like a Mitsubishi Outlander, one vehicle, I mean, one version, one model might be bigger than the other. Like if there's a newer model, and the same thing with like Nissan Rogue and Ford Escape. If a newer version might be way smaller than the previous version, and they're both SUVs or something, but the Nissan Rogue right now is bigger than the previous one. Sometimes they might have been a little bit bigger. So, and some of the cars are pretty new, and some of them are older, and so I finally got to drive a Nissan Murano and a Toyota Highlander. What was like 2019, but I would like to see what the newer ones are like. But some vehicles that I've tried out seem like as if it's disappointing, because it might be like something I always would have wanted to be my dream car. And that's weird, because I guess I know that I will never get to have, I mean, anything luxury, really. And I'm not trying to fight for or seek anything luxury. So, I mean, I would have felt like, for the past few years, I felt like a Cadillac XT5 was my modern day would be dream car, SUV, a purple one. So, but I haven't seen, those really. But I had a little frustrating moment. But I got to drive a Lincoln Nautilus, and I like that one. But it was a frustrating moment dealing with a perp coworker. I already told y'all about that. But I drove a Lexus. I think it was a Lexus NX 300, and it's kind of like the Toyota Highlander, but I felt like, wow, if this is supposed to be a luxury, it's not all that cracked up to be. It's not really all that cracked up to be, but the luxury cars that I don't even get that much opportunity to ride in a luxury car. But one time I was in Greenville, South Carolina, and people used to willfully offer you to ride in it, give you a ride in their luxury cars, And one time somebody offered me a ride in a Porsche, and I hated it because it was way too cramped up and very small. And I'm a short little lady, and for me to it's a struggle for me to get in and out of such small space in a Porsche. So I don't too much care, and then I find that a lot of even more like modern day, well, a lot of modern day vehicles aren't that comfortable, but The modern day luxury vehicles are very uncomfortable, I find. But back then, older model Lincoln cars and stuff like that, oh man, it used to be so comfortable. Like a Lincoln Town car back then, it was so comfortable. But um, so um, it's like I would have felt like my modern day dream car would be cars that aren't luxury. You know, something like a Nissan Murano or Toyota Highlander. I like SUVs and stuff, you know. And I used to always hate the Ford Explorer, but I always loved the Expedition. But lately, the newest model of Ford Explorer seems like I'm falling in love with it. I like it a lot. But they have certain vehicles that I would have thought would have been something I always wanted to drive, and then come to find out, me trying to drive it seemed like it wouldn't be, it not that smooth or comfortable, or the seats might be uncomfortable, or something off about it, or something weird about it, or that I don't like, or whatever. And I'm like, well, this is not what I would have dreamed of. But I even tried out the newer Ford Bronco several hours ago. Ford Bronco is not smooth at all. Not smooth at all. And kind of a little scary to drive. Um and in the 2019 Toyota Highlander, like back then I would have wanted to have one of those. And it was the pearly off-white one, and it was not as smooth as I would have imagined, you know. But I guess there's a such thing as test drive for a reason. Yeah, but it's interesting and fascinating trying out different vehicles to drive. And it's like actually feel honored, even though it's a lower paying job, but I feel honored, to have such a job opportunity, even though it's baby driving is what I call it, because it's such short distance. But yesterday, several hours ago, um, I don't even know if I was supposed to have done that, but they had to temp. I don't even know if some of those guys were temp workers trying to tell me what to do, even if they've been there longer. But it's like they had me go and drive the car to the garage, but I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do that. If was supposed to just stick to my position or go venture out and do the driving thing. Because originally wasn't told to go and drive. The bosses never told me to go and drive the car to the garage. So I don't know if I had anxiety or freaked out, or you know, and so I took only one car to the garage. But I guess some of the detailers do that, take the car to the garage. But I felt a little bit confusing, even though it's a small airport, you know. It's a small airport, but I'm still, trying to get the hang of things and learn my way around and get confused, you know. So so yeah, that's why I don't like coworkers trying to tell me what to do, because then, the idea of me getting in trouble possibly with the boss or something, and so I mean, I don't know, but I've seen some of the people who do the same thing I do, but then they go and take the cars to the garage. But I mean, I wasn't instructed by the boss And so that's why I be like, don't be liking to do what coworkers tell me to do, because then I don't know if I would get in trouble by the boss or not. Sometimes yeah, sometimes no, but or if they want to try to tell me to do something that's out of my job description, you know what's the best thing to do. And then me being disabled with certain limitations and stuff like that. But overall, yesterday was a much better day. um it's like the manager got on my case because he falsely assumed that I was unnecessarily on my phone too much. But I'm like, well, I was trying to um order DoorDash for lunch, and then like they canceled on me. But they gave me all the credit back for another time. It's like they waited to the last minute to cancel on me for no reason, because they tell us we can take a break, take a lunch break whenever we feel like it. So I try to do the standard and do like after 4 hours take a lunch break. So I was and then it's like it sucks. It's so inconvenient. And I only did DoorDash a couple of times this week. So I don't think it was my first day. The first day I had junk food out the snack machine, and it's like, no way, I can't, my health can't afford to be having like payday bar and chips and Gatorade. I mean, that's not even the normal way I've been trying to eat. I don't even really eat like that. That was my first day. Excuse me. And then the second day I ordered DoorDash, and I guess everything was smooth, and so I had Moe's Southwest Grill for lunch, and then I split it into two meals. Split it for lunch on the second and the third day. So the third day I didn't have much to worry about, and then yesterday I tried to order DoorDash. I mean, cause um I had a little bit donations here and there, but not yesterday. It was a couple of days before that, small amounts of, donations and help, and so it's physically demanding, you know, cleaning and driving in cars, and then being out there and constantly, you know, sweating, constantly thirsty. You never know if or when you're going to pass out and stuff. And it's not even summer yet, and it's already like kind of hot outside. Like yesterday, one of the vehicles almost it kind of burned my arm a little bit, from being so hot. So I had to turn on the air conditioner inside the vehicle and let it cool off. And then but I guess sitting inside the air conditioned vehicle, it helps, you know. But even then, your body be you're like drained of all that water, and you have to try to replenish and replace it. So the first 3 days of work I had, like, I ate at the bagel place, and I felt like I don't want to be eating that every day, so I ordered DoorDash, you know, yesterday morning, and I had, some grits, biscuit, eggs, and sausage. But the first person waited till she almost got to the place to pick up my food, and then she was closer by, and then canceled at the after she got close to the place. And I'm like, come on, you're almost here. I mean, she was closer by in the area already, and then her name was Erica, and then she canceled on me, and then without knowing, I ended up having to wait another at least half hour I mean, she waited till she got, and I mean, the food that I ordered from was not all that far from the job, and so she waited till she almost got there to cancel, and then I ended up with another person who was 15 minutes away, and then her and her husband came in a red Toyota Camry, but she didn't act like too much like a perp. But I kind of felt like, wow, it seemed like on the app it looked like she was kind of taking her time and going the long way. But I'm glad my food was fresh and hot. But I had to be a little bit delayed on starting my work because it's like, well, wow, she finally arrived just at 10 o'clock. But it was about 9 something that I ordered breakfast to eat because you need food and fuel, in order to be able to do such a physically demanding job. And so then I try to order, you know, because I had just got paid yesterday, and then I was able to pay for a week's worth of motel, and so then also for lunch I try to order DoorDash, and they just straight up canceled on me. Period. And so it's like I don't know what that was all about. After the lady got to the restaurant, she was already there and waiting there for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then they canceled on me. Period. You know. So when I was um on the phone trying to figure out what to have for lunch, and that's when the boss thought I was just excessively on the phone, and I was explaining to him what happened. He got on my case at first, and then I explained to him what happened, and then he's like, oh, okay, well, and so I explained to him that they all out cancel my order, and so it's like I guess that's part of the gang stalking network, not from them not wanting me to eat, or they know that I'm at work and have certain time limitations, and trying to stall on me or trying to force me to be late or whatever. But so it's like I know they try to hold you back and delay you on purpose, or it's like, are they trying to give me the hint that they don't want me to eat? So I ended up having, well, one of the ladies that worked there, I forgot what her position is, but I guess she's maybe one of the managers, not our direct manager, but and she was passing out water and chips, and it was pretty hot outside. So I felt bad to have like 2 bags of chips, and plus she was nice enough. She gave me some tuna, a little packet of tuna and crackers. I mean, the fact that they just messed me over real bad, but they gave me a credit back on DoorDash when they just canceled my order for no reason and held me back and delayed me and stuff. So but I didn't want to make it a daily thing, an all the time thing to do like DoorDash or cab or Uber all the time. I wanted to try to figure out ways to make things cheaper, you know. So I guess during the day, I have to get up earlier, and I would have to get up way earlier, like 2 or 3 hours earlier to be out there, get on the bus, and feel uncomfortable, and get on the bus, and then um ride to my destination, to the job, um and then with the gang stalking, they keep sleep depriving me, those bitches. So that's why I'm up right now. I'm up and awake. So so then well, it's like they the one of the immediate managers had um made me a schedule that from now on my work is from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that's like I would have preferred that 10 to 6, you know, but the 12 to 8 p.m. I'm definitely going to have to take like a cab or Uber on the way back every night, every evening, because the buses, they stop running at a certain time, and they stop running at a certain time, and so I think, I mean, in the bus service here is complicated. So, you know, the routes that go near the airport, they take, I mean, they run every 2 hours or something because of supposed bus driver shortage or something. So it's a pain in the ass. And then definitely on Sundays, I'm definitely going to have to take a cab or Uber both ways to and from. Excuse me, to and from work. I'm definitely going to have to take a cab or Uber. And then Monday and Tuesday, he said that's my schedule from now on, Monday and Tuesday to be off. And I'm like, well, I really hate that schedule. You know, I really hate, I do not like that schedule at all, to be off on Mondays and Tuesdays. What I look like going to the doggone beach on Monday and having fake fun or whatever. Oh, man, I would have rather been off on like Friday and Saturday at least, or at least off on weekends and work weekdays. I would have preferred that, but the only advantage I have to be off on Monday and Tuesday is if I needed business to get handled, to like with in my situation, with my disability, and then dealing with homelessness, you know, to maybe run errands like dealing with social security business, or pick up mail or something. That's the only advantage that I would have. But you know, I wish I had help with the way to get my own car, help with the way to get a car in a permanent place to live. You know, I mean, because I feel like I know that if it's got to be like this, I'm trying to figure out how am I going to fit it in to try to find cheaper meals to eat, to try to like do like maybe some light grocery shopping and try to find something cheaper to eat, even if it's like wrapped tortilla and beans and cheese and maybe an apple on the side or celery on the side as a meal or something. And y'all know food prices is going up, but it's like I had on the way home, well, to this motel, I had I didn't even want to have it, but I just felt like just getting something quick. After DoorDash played with me all day, I just went and got me some Whataburger. I mean, I seldom eat Whataburger that much, you know, but that's what I had for dinner, and I felt guilty after eating it. And it's like, oh, you know, I want to be able to eat more nutritious and healthier, because I felt like, you know, the pants I have already is tight. So I didn't want to have Whataburger, you know. That was the first time in a while that I had it. And I think I had it once in Mobile, Alabama, waiting coming back from New Orleans after all that stuff with Trisha and all that, and they had the Whataburger right by the Greyhound station in Mobile, Alabama. So I had that, but I seldom eat Whataburger, and I make an attempts to try to avoid fast food. You know, try to, and I've been wanting to eat more nutritious. So when I try to order something healthy for lunch, I try to order tropical smoothie cafe. I try to order a smoothie and a wrap or something like that, like a chicken wrap for lunch. And they canceled the whole order and didn't even tell me why, but they gave me the credits back to use. They say, oh, it's credits available immediately, whenever I want it. So, so I mean, and then pretty much nothing at Dollar General is healthy. And Walgreens and stuff is overpriced and expensive. So, the inflation and prices going up on everything, and people saying stock up and prepare. But in my case, I don't have a way I can prepare because I don't have a permanent home. So this Friday, it looks like I'm going to be, financially struggling pretty much all week. And then this Thursday or Friday, I'm sitting here worrying and scared about if or how I'm going to get enough money or the money to be able to get the $365 for the week in this motel. And then the following week, I know I'm supposed to get paid then, but of course they take out taxes and stuff. So, and it looks like with $365 a week, it looks like after taxes and stuff, and only $500 a month. I mean, I'm sorry, $500 a week, but I get paid every 2 weeks or something. It looks like I would have just enough money for the motel, or yeah. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know if I would have to ask for help for this next coming week. Help with $365 to get to stay here another week. And then, as I said, my job is too doggone demanding for me to be sleep deprived and going through hell and being homeless on the streets, and then having no place to get to rest or shower or nothing like that. No opportunity or place to, and then I need to have like clean clothes and stuff, and all I have on me is the 3 outfits that I've been having. So I discovered that in this motel specific room, the microwave doesn't look that bad, but the freezer looks a disaster, kind of dirty, and the refrigerator is dirty. So I would have to go and buy me some supplies, start all over again, because I already had supplies and stuff before I went by Trisha. And so now, I'll have to start all over again, get me some supplies to, sanitize and clean out the refrigerator, and make myself comfortable. I mean, clean out the refrigerator and clean off the surfaces, and clean out the sink and clean the toilet, clean this, clean that up in here to make myself comfortable. It's kind of dirty up in here, and and I don't too much feel right. So idiots. And I don't have much convenience to get to go to Dollar Tree. um to go to Dollar Tree, and I heard that stuff is not $1 anymore. It's $1.25 at Dollar Tree because of inflation. So yeah, I mean, so it looks like I would probably have just enough money to to stay here, and hardly much struggling, for money for food and transportation and laundry and trying to survive every day, you know, and I'm I mean I don't even, it doesn't sound like they're gonna give me overtime. It seems like I have a set schedule of 40 hours a week. And but it's like it was about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I already felt tired and tired and need to go, tired and ready to go. Um, and like almost was like barely making it, just tired and exhausted. So I'm sitting here panicking, feeling like trying to figure out what are some more affordable ways for me to try to survive. The fact that I would have to take a, cab or Uber on the way back from work. Um, just trying to figure things out, and or then I would have to walk far to this place or far to that place, and already be physically exhausted and worn out and tired, and wanting to be able to eat more nutritious or healthier so that I can feel more energized and also be able to sleep and rest better also. So it's like I'm starting back from the bottom with having almost nothing in physical possessions, besides the stuff in my storage unit. But on me, I have like 3 days worth of clothes, and a lot of that stuff I had to leave behind at Trisha's house. And I just wish that situation wouldn't even freaking happen. And wow, but I mean, but I felt like, well, it's about time I get a driving job opportunity or driving opportunity from being deprived from driving or having any cars um, most of my life. And I already told y'all, living off of forced low income most of my life. Most of my life. You know, living off of Social Security and being blacklisted or denied job opportunities. So I mean, I'm thankful and glad to get to have an opportunity where I'm where someone would trust me to drive and drive in different vehicles, and cleaning and driving the vehicles and stuff. And so there's a different temp service that's excuse me, that people are employed to do the same thing that I'm doing, but I'm hired on with the company. And but with the previous job, also another advantage that I had with the previous job, that was a temp service. And with the previous job, and I was getting paid daily, but it was it was under $75 a day though. Under $75 a day. So I mean, I kept on talking about, wanting to use my writings and my short stories and stuff as a side hustle, but the gang stalkers won't let me, and they want to make sure that nobody supports me. And so, wow, and I need to, I don't have the convenience to, go buy I mean, I don't have the convenience, and I kind of barely now, you know, somewhat barely stretching the money for me to try to get hair conditioner and a comb and brush. I mean, I'm trying to not have to cut my hair, but I don't know if I might have to. But I don't want to. I was trying to let it grow out, but the online perps making remarks that Candy needs to cut her hair and stuff like that. But they're probably getting that they're probably mimicking my twin sister, copying what she's saying. She probably was saying Candy need to get her hair cut or something. But it's been over a year since I had a haircut, and this is what happened. I was talking about needing a haircut, and I was talking about it. Then my twin sister hurry up and went and got her haircut before I can get my haircut, because I was already talking about it. And so then she tried to turn around and make it like, oh, well, Candy got her haircut to copy off of me, so therefore she's gang stalking me, doing nothing but just playing games. And then, I didn't even know, because I don't even watch Q the Realms videos or nothing, you know. And so Q the Realm falsely accused me. She tried to say, well, I talked about, or Candy got her hair cut around the same time I mentioned about somebody getting their hair cut. I was like, what? I don't even watch your channel or your videos. How would you even say that? So now the online perps are trying to say, well, Candy needs to get her hair cut and stuff like that. Wow. And look what time it is. It's 1:46 in the morning, and I gotta hear that. So I mean, I know my hair is all kinds of messed up and ruined, and it probably does need a cut. Need to be cut. But I got scammed and screwed over the last couple of times I got my hair cut due to the gang stalking. They overcharged and they overcharged me and messed my hair up, and they did my hair the way they wanted. They cut my hair the way they wanted instead of the way I asked. You hear that? So and then me wanting to try to follow the Bible by trying to grow my hair out as a woman. If they said the woman's hair is her glory and all, but me dealing with homelessness and this targeting and depression, and as I said, seeing like my hair would be like, I'm not sure if it's you know falling out or thinning or something. I don't know, but my hair has been thick just about all my life, and now it seems like it's becoming thin on the sides. And I look like Krusty the Clown. So that's why I don't even want to follow orders of what these perps tell me to do, because they want to send me on an unbiblical path straight to hell right along with them. And I blocked them, and they still think that they can control and dictate my life. And I block their accounts, and they do stuff like create another account to come and harass me or say something smart ass. you know and they want to dictate. I mean, these sellout Masonic satanic gang stalkers online or in person. They want to try to control and dictate how I should live my life. Or if they work for the devil and they're Luciferian and they want to act like they think they have the narcissistic fake pseudo authority, to dictate what's best for me, what's best for my life and everything. They think they have the authority to dictate what's best for Candy's life. Yet, they're so busy. It's like a whole big fat war trying to battle against a whole bunch, hundreds of people trying to control me. None of y'all are God. None of y'all are the Lord. None of y'all are Jesus Christ. But y'all Masonic, Luciferian, satanic sellouts who think you're God and think that you run my life. You think you got control, rulership, and authority over me, So, I'm just starting out. So that's why I guess for me not having much time to do certain things, that's why I, you know, that's why, I had, you know, I don't know if I can't do it this week, and I can't do it until Monday or Tuesday. Finally, try to get maybe with the little bit of money that I have, try to get me a comb and brush. To try to get a comb and brush and some. Well, I can't use coconut oil like I wish I could, because coconut or olive oil I can't put in my hair because I don't want the sinks to clog up, you know. So I don't know what other oil I can use for my hair to that wouldn't clog up. Maybe I don't know. But oh wait, that jojoba oil is what they call it. Yeah, but that's kind of expensive. You get a small bottle for like $12 or something, and I kind of can't even. It's a difficult to try to afford that, you know. But yeah, I need to get me a comb and brush, and as I said, this week I would need help with $365, you know, to staying up in the motel for one more week. And then, the following week, I should not have to need any help. I shouldn't have to need help. But, so, I don't know what it was. Something bit me on my left foot. Something bit me. And, it's a struggle to try to, fight through suffering, depression, and sleep deprivation, and then, feeling insecure about your survival every day. And, I didn't have too bad of a day yesterday, but, dealing with workplace mobbing and don't know how long you're going to last on a job. And they want me back at square one. In this predicament, I definitely need, what it's such a hard struggle to try to survive. And I'm gonna try to, I don't know how long I will have to wait if they have certain housing that, I forgot what kind of housing they call it, but it's not I mean, it's supposedly what they call affordable housing, but not low income housing. But they were saying that my Social Security and SSI was too low. So this affordable housing or whatever, that you if they require more than SSI and Social Security, um, I don't know if I can try to get into one of those places. Um, I don't know, but I'm gonna try to see what I can do in order to get into some form of housing, so I won't be so I won't have to pay that doggone 365 every week in a motel. And that's crazy how the system is weird and how it operates and stuff. Because if they want to say, well, you don't meet the 3.5 times the rent for an income, even with 12.50 an hour, 12.50 an hour full time job, 40 hours a week, plus the Social Security, they're still saying, well, that does not fit the 3.5 times the rent, you know, for like a $700 or $800 a month apartment, and then they want first and last month rent. They want it all up front, you know. They want security deposit, first and last month rent, all that up front. And then you just working and slaving your way, and I mean, struggling to survive. And then dealing with, I mean, when I had the Section 8, they bullied me and ran me off my Section 8 home wherever I lived at more than more than twice. I don't remember how many times it was. But I didn't realize it was part of the gang stalking that they booted me off the doggone Section 8. They ran me off from Section 8. The neighbors did. The gang stalking Masonic neighbors ran me off from Section 8. And I wouldn't even be in this predicament right now. And I was on Section 8 and still struggling. So, so I mean, they made me feel extremely unsafe. And, you know, and then you being a targeted individual, it's like people always say that there was no problem for 4 or 5 years, and there was no problems until you got here. And now you complain about everything. Well, the gang stalking activity that's going on, and them trying to run you off from everywhere, If if you have a boyfriend, they run your boyfriend away from you and trying to manipulate you into feeling like you're so ugly. But then they want to objectify you like a prostitute. So, and then the fact that I have this job, it's very hard to try to convince another targeted individual to believe that you still didn't sell out just because you got a little job right here. So, they'll get jealous and then will cut off all contact with you the moment they find out you got a job or got a little place to live or got even a motel room. And it's like, well, even other professed targeted individuals got the mindset just like the perps, like as if you're not supposed to get to survive. And then they make a smear campaign and be like, well, Candy sold out because she got a job and she got a full-time job now, and it's not true. So, I mean, that's why I still show that, hey, I'm still being gang stalked, y'all. I never sold out. And I'm still struggling. And, normal people, I mean, I shouldn't even have to have a job like this because other people, even other black people, they making their money from they're making their money, making a living from writing novels, books, blogging, and stuff like that. And then they want to manipulate you into feeling like, well, you didn't play your cards right, or they want to say there's something right that you're not. Something that you're not doing right, or why it's made to look like you're a failure, or you're going about doing things the wrong way, and that's why other people are more successful. But then those people, I don't want, to sell out or anything. I just want to try to survive day to day independently. But it's like other people, if they got one eye symbolism as a logo or something satanic on their books, or promoting witchcraft or new age, then those are the people who get like a whole bunch of supporters and glorified as, one of the most delectable writers or something like that. So it's like, or they more glorified as the most prolific writer. Excuse me, they glorified as the most prolific writers, and get the most success and recognition, and they're promoting Satanism, and then they put that filth into children's schools and the libraries and stuff, public libraries and children's schools, promoting perversion. And those are the people who, and it's like, just because I'm not promoting the agendas, it's like I'm being like pretty much run off the earth. And people, they want me to be locked up and put away in a mental institution. They don't want me to survive and make a living. But hey, if you let me have a normal life, I wouldn't have to be this mental patient that y'all so badly want to try to coerce me to be. Trying to coerce and try to force me to be this mental patient. You know. So, I need to get me a doggone, I don't know if I should get a haircut. Excuse me, oh, I got gas. If I should get a haircut or get me a comb and brush. And, but I don't want to be following the perps' orders or their suggestions, and for them to get off or get a rise off of me obeying what they want. They want me to be silent and submissive. But then I hate when the fake TI perps make it like as if me fighting against the perps is giving them what they want. No, for me to be silent is giving them what they want. But anyway, in the morning, I had a certain plan, but I don't think I can pursue. I don't think I can follow through with it. But I need to with this small amount of clothes I need to wash my clothes that I've been using for work. So too bad the laundry ain't 24 hours. It's not open 24 hours here. So so I have to wait until the morning to get me some to try to get laundry done. And I don't even think I have enough coins to get laundry done. Or I might have to just wear the same clothes from yesterday. And then I think I may have left one of my hand towels that I had. I can't find it in my backpack. I can't find it in my bag for anything in the world. So it might be I might have accidentally left it and got it mixed up with the towels in one of the previous hotels I was in by accident. So I might have to use my turban as a washcloth since I don't really have a washcloth, and this motel just gave me two towels, and I try to not use hotel and motel towels and washcloths. You know, I be trying to not use their towels and washcloths because I don't like to get them stained or messed up. And I usually like to use my own towels and washcloths and have my own soap, toilet paper, and cleaning, everything. Because when I go to hotels and motels and stuff, they usually give me an attitude and don't want to give me any soap or like extra soap or toilet paper or anything like that. So I just, for the past couple of years, I mostly have my own soap. I usually try to provide my own soap and towels and stuff. But it seems like my hair is breaking off really, really bad. And some targeted individuals say it's the directed energy weapons and that doggone radiation that might be breaking my hair off. And I know my hair hasn't been properly, taken care of and stuff. And then yesterday when I was driving, I had to drive a little far away from what I've been usually driving a little bit, and they had a Freemason perp with his arm hanging out the window in a like a probably 2014 somewhere around there model of white Dodge Ram. And then when I left, he entered into the work area, and then when I came back after switching cars, then I was coming in and he was coming out, and I'm like exact, you know. And I realized I was being surveilled by these old Masonic satanic perverts surveilling and watching me. And one of them was flaunting off with a brand new pretty black Cadillac car. I don't know what kind of model it was, but it was a pretty black car. You hear that? And then he tried to make it like as if I was in his way and he just needed gas to put gas in the car. But speaking of driving in cars, it's like I had to relearn how to operate certain vehicles, and some vehicles they don't function the same or operate the same. So the windshield wipers on one vehicle might operate differently from functioning on one vehicle than another one, or one vehicle, if it's an SUV, to open the trunk, one vehicle you can just open the trunk, or another one you have to press a button to open the trunk, or same with the gas. One car that you can just press on a thing and you open the trunk, or the other one that you have to push a certain button in the front of the car. So trying to figure out, and then I get lost sometimes, and but I just feeling so dirty and diseased right now. Since I can't sleep, I'm about to go. It's in the middle of the night too. It's 2:08 in the morning. I should be asleep right now, but cannot sleep. And so I'm about to go and take me a shower. And I'm about to take a shower and then try to get me some more sleep. But I guess another advantage of me working 12 to 8 is that I probably can, sleep in a little bit longer. But I can't because of the bus thing. you know, so hectic. So I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, say if I didn't have money for transportation, like, and then the online perps get mad and they falsely make it like, oh, Candy just wants to be spoiled and pampered and taken care of and stuff. They try to make it like, well, I mean, they try to over exaggerate and make things opposite of what they really are. You know, if they want to try to falsely assume that I want to be pampered and taken care of, but then they'll try to make like, oh, you can get those things once you sell out like us. But I'm not even trying to do that, you know. They're making it a struggle for me to just survive and live day to day. And, you know, I don't even know if I can. I mean, I feel so burned out and worn out and burned out, and then dealing with sleep deprivation and can't even function properly. And, you know, I would definitely need a second job as soon as possible, or a side hustle or something, you know, in order to stay afloat and survive. And, you know, the more I try to do writings, the more the perps tell everybody just ignore her, you know, or they try to make a smear campaign to manipulate people to not support my writings or anything like that, and try to dictate that they have the authority to say that Candy is not an author, or she thinks she's an author, you know. And I have ebooks written out, and I'm sitting here doing forced to live a life like this. I don't call this a lifestyle because I don't choose it. But you know, I could have been living in a decent house. And guess what? I never in my life got to own a house. Never even came close to owning a house. You know, and they have people in their early 20s who own a house. As I said, how the hell y'all gonna falsely accuse me of being pampered and, you know, spoiled and taken care of when I'm damn struggling? And then, you know, I've been living on forced low income pretty much all my life, living off of mainly Social Security and SSI most of my life, and then dealing with foster care, getting only $20 a month allowance and stuff. And while everybody else can make 40, 50, and higher of a yearly salary, they just got it made, and I mean, they're taken care of with decent jobs and everything, or whatever side hustles, or they can make money off YouTube, or they can make money off of blogging, and I'm being blocked and not allowed to do any of these things, being a targeted individual. And then they just want to maintain the false narrative that Candy's just a lazy scamming beggar who doesn't want to work. And then when I do get a job, they sabotage it. Or if I try to get housing, you know, or try to get help, or, you know, anything, they sabotage it. And I have a bachelor's degree, and people, they wondering, well, if you got a bachelor's degree, what are you doing in this situation? You know, and so it's just like difficult to explain. And then they said, well, you got some explaining to do. And then, you know, they'll try to make it like, oh, you didn't play your cards right, or I mean, I don't even know, because people don't even tell me the ropes about how to do this or how to do that, you know. And but then they just want to dictate orders and keep me suppressed. They don't even want to help me better myself, you know. Or it's all about narcissistic trying to dictate and control, and they don't want to even help you better yourself. And then they make like you the cause of your own problems, you know. So I'm about to go for the moment. So I hate to even the fact that I started this job, and I don't need help at the moment, but you know, anything helps. But this coming week, like Thursday or Friday, I'm definitely gonna be needing help, with the $365. And then the week after, I'm saying if multiple people can pitch in and help, but then, after that, I don't even know if I can have a good day or a successful day later on today. If I can have a good day or a successful day, or if I might, and if something at the last minute, when all of a sudden just quick snap happened and an altercation happened, and I end up being dismissed or fired or having to go home. It's unpredictable and no guarantee, And then I would hate to definitely be back on the streets, broke with no money at all, and then still being falsely accused of being a money hungry scamming beggar when I'm out there on the streets in bad weather with hurricane threats, and then being harassed, cursed out, harassed, and dealing with death threats and everything like that. Like the online perps, they know damn well if you a gang stalker and you know about this program, they reversed it and made it like as if those people blasted music at 2 something in the morning, that they were the innocent ones, that I was the one harassing and stalking them. But actually, I knew that they were using noise harassment at 2 something in the morning and blasting music for over an hour before I had enough and had to go over there and doggone tell them something, and then call the police, and the police, try to say, oh, that's not an emergency. And then the dispatcher get an attitude with me on the phone, part of the gang stalking. But somebody make a complaint about, oh, Candy cursed me out, then they'll have like 20 police cars on standby and come and try to frighten and scare me, or haul me off to jail or prison, or haul me off to the mental institution just because y'all triggered and provoked me to cuss y'all asses out. So I'm gonna go for now, and thanks for listening. I'm sitting here just trying to figure out how am I gonna survive. I don't have a car, but if I had a car, but I was told that people who are doing DoorDash are struggling. But with a car, if I had help with a way to get a reliable or dependable car, in which homelessness is hindering that, and is hindering me from getting a car also. If I had a way to get a car that can open up higher paying and more job opportunities. All I need is a freaking car. And then, there's more job opportunities, at least more opportunities and more independent opportunities I can have, and more side hustles too that I can do, that I can be, doing my own driving and working, and not having to be begging all the time. So people make sure they want to suppress you and make sure ain't nobody gonna help you, and then they have random perps who pretend to get your hopes up and offer you, if they just met you and they talk to you and pretend to fake like they feel sorry for your situation, and then offer to co-sign on a brand new car for you, and then next thing you know they ghost you or go AWOL on you or go MIA on you and stuff like that, and then leave you disappointed, or they'll offer to co-sign on a place to live, like that lady, that Terry Sullivan lady. I came across her twice, and she claims she used to be homeless and stuff, and I think she seemed like a narcissistic control freak fake friend, or a narcissistic perp. you know Twice I ran into her twice, and she gave me false hopes. At first she was acting like she wanted to go out of her way to help me, and even paid for a hotel room for a couple of nights, and I think even got me something to eat, and gave me a ride to my storage unit and everything. And I don't even know if they. And I told her about the gang stalking also, and she wanted to get me my own, co-sign me on a place to live in Navarre. And then she just stood me up and went AWOL on me. It's like, you don't play games with a doggone homeless person like that. And then y'all want to make like we some raging animals. raging animals who need to be just locked up in a dungeon somewhere. And I mean, all the manipulation and games people play, and somebody online and made false promises to buy me a car, and the bitch only gave me $300 freaking. I don't remember if it was 200 or 300, and this lady was trying to tell me pick out a car, you know, and she made it like she wanted to buy me a reliable newer vehicle. And so this lady, she stood me up like she wanted to offer me to buy me a vehicle, and then only gave me $300. That's no way to get a car with $300. And so then I just was left to spend it on, you know, another week in this motel. So I'm trying to find ways to get out of this motel and, something cheaper and more permanent. And then I could have had more work at home, possible opportunities. But then my laptop